You might have heard about product sense. What is it? How to develop it? I'm here to help. Hi, I'm Dr. Bob and I'll be your product management teacher. Today we'll be talking about product sense. It's a fun little topic which basically helps you to consolidate what product management is into some mysterious sixth sense that, for example, helps Spider-Man to avoid punches in the face.
Spider sense, danger!
And for product manager to, avoid mistakes and make the best product calls. However, let's dive deeper into the topic. The author of Lenny's blog, a very good product management resource, defines the product sense in the following way. Product sense is the skill of consistently being able to craft products or make changes to existing ones that have the intended impact on their users. Product sense relies on empathy to discover meaningful user needs and creativity to come up with solutions that effectively address those needs. So, with this, what are the actions you need to take to develop your product sense, to have the confidence of people around it that there's something more to you and that managing the product comes very easily to you? Well, first of all, be open to ideas. Have your ears always open. Listen to people who have suggestions on how to improve the product, whether those are the clients, users in the comment sections, your development team, your senior stakeholders, or whoever is willing to share with you their perspective so your brain can crunch it and come up with a list of the best ideas out of all you've heard. Moreover, it's not about passively soaking in ideas. No. It's also about actively pursuing them, making different webinars, making different workshops or refinements so that people are encouraged to brainstorm, to speak, to give you the palette of ideas that you can choose from, that you can analyze and then craft into excellent products or product improvements. Now, product sense will also mean that you can distinguish anything that's happening on your market and decide whether something is a new ongoing trend that you have to follow or something is just a momentary fashion or innovative idea that's done for innovation's sake and it will never be adapted. Some ideas will go away, some ideas will be the new standard, like Netflix went from DVDs to online streaming and how Clubhouse failed in the long run. You have to be sure that the ideas you invest in that are pretty unique and unorthodox are the actual good directions to take with your product, or at least be able to call it quits when you see that you are wrong. Now, also to develop that product sense, to have it, you have to have brilliant understanding of your users. You have to craft the user personas. You have to talk to them. You have to have an open communication channel with your users and make sure that you are not developing product for yourself and for your development team. You have to make sure that you are crafting the product your users want and need and not the one that you and your team think they want. You can't be considered a user of your product. There is a philosophy that says that product manager is the power user, the first user of the product. And that's correct. I believe that even I use this phrase. But in the long run, you are not making a product for yourself. You're doing it for the hundreds, thousands, millions of users that will get value from it. And you have to cater to those needs. So you need to be able to hear those needs, to have that communication. The product sense will also be the group of skills that help you to correctly prioritize your increments, your changes, or the development order of the product. That can mean that you correctly use the value effort chart and with your team's help, you can prioritize the tasks that give you the most value for the least amount of effort. That means that you are using your common sense when dedicating the time to prepare for a task, whether that's research, the design of the UX, preparing the tech. Sometimes enough is enough, and you have to be able to identify that amount of enough that will lead you to a successful product change, because you can't go in circles forever. The product sense that you develop will let you know which initiatives require a lot of prep and which ones are straightforward and you don't need to do too much to make sure that you are making the right decision. For example, you don't want to A/B test every bug fix that you introduce to the product. And I've heard about companies that actually do that. But it's also understanding the right level of MVP, knowing how to create your minimum viable product that will give you the answer whether the product or the product change you're developing is the right one. You can basically bury a good idea with a bad MVP. And you can also bury a lot of money if you craft too complex MVP that will give you the answer you need, but at the cost that was unjustified. And finally, going down the development lifecycle is when you introduce some idea, it's live, and with good product sense, you are able to identify whether it's something you should still develop, still increment, still improve, or something that just served enough value that gave you what you needed and you can move on to another project, another idea, or you know that something was a failure and you shouldn't invest more. You shouldn't try to iterate further because, well, mistakes were made and that's okay. As long as you are able to quickly identify the mistake and not pursue it for too long. And that's about it. Those were the manifestations of a product sense, or more likely a skill set that allows you to make the best product call that's collectively called product sense. And one way to develop that product sense is to enroll to my courses on Udemy or Skillshare. Links are now in the descriptions with QR codes and also in the comments section. And with that, you'll get probably everything you need to be a great product manager and be proud owner of the product sense. And anyway, I'll see you again next week on this channel with a new video. And until then, keep developing great products. See you again.